Do you think you
Mhm.
could be a Kardashian or be a part of the family at any point?
Yeah, I do. Thank you for asking. I've never been asked that before.
I
I
don't
think
know if you
I
were
think
briefed on these interviews,
I think
but
I
we
could.
go hard into the Kardashians.
I had a feeling.
What's the album called?
People pleaser.
People Pleaser. Okay, and how long have you been working on it?
I mean, probably since I started stand up in 2014. So like I think this is my first album, so it's definitely just like a culmination of all the stand up I've been doing since I
Wow.
started.
Were you nervous at all to put this like? Because like you go on tour, you do stand up. People only like a certain amount of people see you, but now the whole world has a chance to see you. Or were you nervous to put any of that information out there?
Yeah, I've I've been really nervous because so far I've been in a very safe bubble that the people that follow me have chosen to like be my friend on Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
And now I'm opening myself up to a lot of, I just know there's trolls and I know people are really mean. And I'm a very sensitive person, aka a people pleaser. And I'm just like preparing myself to not worry about hate that is inevitably going to come from just putting yourself out there in a way
No,
like this.
I don't think you have to worry about that because based on the multitude of TikToks I just watched, you're easy enough to like just go with the flow and just let yourself be on video. So I don't think you have a lot to think about.
Oh, thank you. Okay. They posted a do you know what Don't Tell Comedy is? It's like
No.
this platform that puts out comedy sets. It has a big following and they just put out my set for that yesterday and I read like one comment and I was like, "Nope, I'm done. I can't look at comments. I'm going on a walk." So, I'm definitely learning like even though I am go with the flow and like I put myself out there usually I was like, "Oh god, not healthy to
Right.
just be seeing comments." Yeah.
I think you have to you have to humble yourself if you feel you can take one comment and then just not look at anything else, um or use it against people. You can say make a joke about how someone has made fun of your dancing or something, and just use it back at them, and really show that it doesn't affect you, because I've seen comics do that all the time. Seth Meyers does it with his corrections when he does it on YouTube, and you can definitely weaponize that for yourself.
That's true. I mean, also, what makes me feel better is comedy because I cope with humor. And so I just like writing out to myself, like, oh, I'm gonna quit comedy because they didn't like me. Or, oh, okay, you're right. I'll never perform again. You person with one follower that making jokes about it that I take it so personally helps me cope and just be like, "Oh, this is so ridiculous to even care." So even if it's just jokes to myself, I feel better.
Yeah. What drove
Yeah.
you to comedy in the first place?
Oh my gosh. I've always loved making people laugh, but I think it started because I grew up dancing.
Hmm.
So, um, there's a lot of acting in dance, like in dance recitals and in ballets and dance competition. There's a lot of just like performance that goes into that. And I always loved to make people laugh through my dances. So it just naturally, once I started studying theater and acting, anything I did, even if it was like a dramatic Shakespeare piece, I would find the comedy in it. I just really loved comedy, not dramatic anything. So, um, yeah, I studied theater in college. My professors would purposely give me dramatic pieces to do because I had a tendency to make everything funny and they had to
Yeah.
like force me to not be funny. So I've just always loved being funny, and I've always known that's what I wanted to do.
That's very noble and admirable to to say. I was a drama. They forced me to do drama, but boy, oh boy, I enjoyed that comedy aspect of it.
They
Do you
would. They really would like go out of their way to make me not be funny.
do you follow or do you know of any choreographers that you admire that you still watch for their dancing routines? Because I know like Mandy Moore has to be, not the singer, the choreographer has to be the
Yeah, the
really good person. Yeah,
choreographer.
she's fantastic. Like once I found out who she was, I was like amazed at what she is able to accomplish on screen.
Oh my gosh, I love that you know Mandy Moore, not the singer. Um, yeah, truly any of the So You Think You Can Dance choreographers. I was such a fan of So You Think You Can Dance when it came out. Um, Kenny Ortega, choreographer of High School Musical,
Mm,
will always hold a special place in my heart. I was a big fan. Um, and who I'm blanking on their name, they're a couple. They choreographed Justin Bieber's music video, the Just Go Love Yourself video, but I'm
okay.
blanking on their name. Mari and something. I love them.
Okay.
But I don't follow choreographers as much as I probably should.
I'm looking up the Just Go Love Yourself video because now I have to know these people by their name.
Yeah, yeah, I should look too.
So it says I'm on the music video, The Purpose, directed by Paris Goebel, and Paris Renee Goebel's the director. Is she also? It says she's a
Fan.
choreographer.
Oh, it no, it's Keone and Mari.
Keone Omari.
Have you
Okay,
heard of them?
I've not heard of them,
Hmm.
but if they can work with Bieber,
Yeah. No, they're really, really talented.
now do you still practice dance at
They
all?
just kind of have this style. Um, I don't take dance class anymore. Um, Over the pandemic, I was doing ballet a lot just from my bedroom because there was Tyler Peck is the like principal dancer at New York City Ballet, and she was doing free ballet classes just on Instagram, and I got really into doing that. Um, but no, I haven't been to like class. I find learning TikTok dances as a class, and I have so much fun doing that because it like keeps that muscle memory. Uh, I think there's such a like different place in the brain happening learning choreography.
Mhm.
So it keeps me sharp and on my
Yeah.
toes learning choreography even if it's in my bedroom.
Now, has using TikTok, you are somebody who I think is well versed in TikTok. I look at these videos and it is crazy what you can do, and then I try to put out something not a dance or anything. I just try to put out like clips like this onto TikTok, and it amazes me what people like you can do with the overlapping of the audio and the different shots and the captions and everything. I think that it in and of itself is a new type of science, because when YouTube came about, then comedians and entertainers had to learn how to use that, and then Twitter came about, they had to learn to use that, and then Instagram, and now it's TikTok. So it's a new speaking of muscle memory, it's a new thing
Yeah.
that you have to learn and conquer, and I think you're well on your way to do that.
That's so nice of you to say. I really don't feel like I know TikTok, but I what with these videos, I have that like musical in real life series I've been doing.
Mhm.
I had the idea for years. I've had that idea before TikTok came out. And it wasn't until I reached out to a friend who we were in the theater program in college together. So an old friend, and I was just like, "Hey, can you help me make these?" And just having that help, somebody filming it for me so I didn't feel like I had to go set up the camera and like embarrass myself alone, it helped so much. That was the game changer, having my friend Nicole work on those with me. So getting help was the big thing for TikTok. And then as far as like knowing how to use it, I don't, because you're a millennial,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
I feel like we grew up with MySpace, and there was like the coding on MySpace. We had to learn how to code, kind
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
And then and
Oof.
then YouTube came out when I was in high school, and I was very active on YouTube, and like I was editing videos. I put quotes because it wasn't good editing, but I think I like jumped into it as soon as it came out, and I've just always kind of known how to do it, and I don't know what that is, but I think just like I we kind of grew up with the internet, and I'm sure Gen Z is like out of control amazing at knowing how to do all this stuff, but I've definitely like when everything was coming out as we like were growing up, I was like learning how to do it as we went.
Yeah.
So, I've always loved editing. I've always loved um the that creative process of making a little movie.
Right.
So,
And
yeah.
that's how a comedian, has to be, even if the biggest comedians in the world, say for, the people who get Netflix specials that are paid millions of dollars for those, they still have to advertise themselves on these platforms, put out these videos, cut clips from stand-up sets, and show out and show themselves to their audience, even if they have a million followers. And it's it's funny. I think that uh, some people are like really good at it, and others still kind of testing the waters, even a couple years in. And but it's a necessity now. Now it's the key in order to be successful.
Yeah, I it's so crazy cuz technology changes so fast, and we have to keep up. And I'm already realizing like, whoa, I be real? Like that's the new thing. Have you heard
uh,
of it?
yeah, it's
Like
I don't
it's
get it.
just like now that's what's relevant. Like we have to keep jumping from platform to platform,
Mhm.
and it used to be we had to film everything horizontally so that it could
Yes.
go on YouTube and then
Yes.
Instagram, and then it changed to vertical. So I have so much content back in the day that's like horizontal, but that's out and that's dated, and like
Yeah.
you just have to keep keeping up, and it is hard. It's
Yeah.
harder than keeping up with the Kardashians. It's
Who's
just
your favorite
tough.
Kardashian? We have to know that.
I
If
think
this
Kendall's the most normal. Kendall's the
Kendall's
most down to earth.
Wow. Okay. I go by this is a very dude thing to say. I go by attraction, and it is
Uh-huh.
Chloe for me.
Really?
Yeah. Hmm.
You know what? I love Chloe. I think she has the best personality out of the bunch.
Yeah,
She's real, she's cool, she's funny.
yeah. Yeah, and
Yeah.
she has the least amount of
But I
children,
love,
right?
yeah, just one. No, Kendall has none.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Well
So
then.
I beat you there. But yeah. She only has one. I mean, Chloe's got drama with Tristan, and there is
Mhm.
some drama,
Yeah.
but it's entertaining.
Do you think you
Mhm.
could be a Kardashian or be a part of the family at any point?
Yeah, I do. Thank you for asking. I've never been asked that before.
I
I
don't
think
know if you
I
were
think
briefed on these interviews,
I think
but
I
we
could.
go hard into the Kardashians.
I had a feeling. Yeah, I think everybody when the Kardashians came out was like, "Oh, this is so dumb. Anybody can like do this. Anybody can have a reality show." And what we've learned is no, 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 no. They are professional reality TV people. And I just did a like reality show pilot with my sister, and let me tell you, it is hard
Mm.
to be real and just yourselves when cameras are on you telling you to be funny and telling you to just react in the moment. And the second the cameras are off, me and my sister were back to like our normal banter and like we're like, ugh, why aren't the cameras on us now? But that pressure of having to like do a show just yourselves and your no script, it's very hard, and I'm very, very impressed with the Kardashians.
Yeah, yeah, that's why
They
they're
do a
like
very
media
good
queens.
job.
Exactly. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I it's no joke what they do.
yeah, yeah. What
Mhm.
this pilot has it has what does being a comedian open up and like and that and then also a dancer, does that like open up any ideas for you to want to act and want or just want to be a reality person or be someone that is on So You Think You Could Dance or Dancing with the Stars, teaching or being the star themselves?
Yeah, okay, so I started dancing when I was younger. I wanted to be in a ballet company. And then when I'm going to bring up High School Musical again.
Mhm.
When High School Musical came out, I was like, "Oh, that's what I want to do." And then Glee came out and I was like, "Yep." And then Pitch Perfect and all these like singing and dancing movies. I was like, "This is what I'm doing with my life." And I found the audition process and like being an actor to be not suited for my personality. There's so much rejection. There's so much like you're not good enough, and it's just judged on how you look. And it's a very toxic industry. I found stand up. I'm able to just write and get up on stage without anyone telling me yes or no. You just
Mm.
do it, and that's what I was really drawn to with stand up, but the goal with stand up has always been I'm going this route to get to the ultimate dream of being in High School Musical.
Mhm.
So, whatever the equivalent is in whatever year it happens, but this way feels like I'm in control, whereas with acting, you're kind of at the mercy of casting directors and whoever your agent is. I just like the idea of creating my own stuff. And I am writing, like, I'm writing a musical comedy right now. And like that type of thing is what I eventually want to get to.
Yeah, and you seem very passionate about it. How are you approaching writing stand-up jokes and then, follow up with that? How are you approaching writing this musical comedy? Is everything coming natural to you? Does it feel like you're putting yourself within these jokes and within the music?
Yeah, they're like two very different places in my brain. With music, it comes easier. The first show I did out of college that I wrote myself was a musical comedy show, and it was all on the guitar or piano and like comedy songs.
Mhm.
Those write themselves for me very easily. I can just be on the guitar and a comedy song happens. Way easier than stand-up jokes for me. Stand-up jokes, even to this day, they come to me randomly. I'll be like on a walk, I'll be driving, but I'm never just like sitting at my desk trying to write a joke.
Mhm.
So um, I find stand-up to be harder, which I guess I like that challenge. But it's definitely the jokes that work on stage are the ones that come from a very, very honest place and are when I like dig deep into what do I actually feel rather than like, this is funny.
Yeah.
This might be funny. They might laugh at that. The jokes that get responses from me, like I'm not an eloquent speaker. But anyways, I it helps just coming from a real honest place with stand up.
Yeah, and
So I have to tap into that.
when did you find out? Like, how long do you think it took you to find out how and what was that like when that switch happened when you said, "Oh, being doing this, being real on stage is way better than trying to force myself into in these fake scenarios.
Oh, I think I found out immediately because bombing is the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah.
And being on stage and having people just look at you like, this is awful,
Mm.
is enough to be like, oh, I need to actually make these real and funny. So I think I've known that for a long time that it has to be real because I mean, I'll still bomb here and there, and it is just the worst feeling.
Right.
And when I bomb now, I'll like do inventory and be like, why did those not work? Because those same jokes worked at a show an hour ago.
Mm.
And if I'm not getting a response, it's usually because I'm not present. I'm not like connecting with the audience. I'm in my head. I'm nervous. And that's all it takes is I could be telling the same jokes, but if they see that I'm scared, they're the audience doesn't want to laugh.
Mm.
So,
And what state of mind were you in when you were recording this record? Did you sense yourself going, okay, this is the thing, this is the time I'm putting out this record. I'm going to do two shows, and I hope they laugh. I hope everybody loves it. But I'm here. I'm ready to do this right now.
yeah, I don't know what happened, but before I went on stage, I was really calm. I was excited. I I had this feeling of I got this,
Hmm.
and I went on stage very calm, and that felt really good. And I don't know what happened cuz hours before the taping, I was like having trouble breathing. I was so nervous. So whatever state I fell into when it was go time felt very good. And
Hmm.
I was very happy that I was in that state of mind and not like freaked out.
And then after the fact, after you did the word dump of an hour long of jokes, did you feel relief? Was it weight off your shoulders? And did you feel like you had to start writing the next one?
Yeah, I felt like it was my wedding day. Like I imagine
Yeah.
that's what it feels like to get married. Just like there was so much love and just it was like this is all about you, Chase, and everyone you know is here and we're all celebrating you. It just felt like the most incredible thing. I was like, this is what people feel like at their wedding day. They must. Um, and it was a relief. I felt really good about it. And then, yeah, there's been pressure ever since the taping I've had on my back, knowing it's coming out. I'm like, I have to write a whole new set. And it's really scary because this set that I did, I've had years and years and years and years of polishing and adding a joke here, taking a joke out, tweaking this. And like, I knew those jokes were good and I was very confident. And now I'm going back on stage. It feels almost like I'm starting over.
Mm.
And I know I'm at a different place starting over, but it feels like starting over and it's really scary.
Yeah. Yeah, starting over, but being in a different place. It's like now I think for you, the jokes are going to come way more naturally because you know exactly how you write and how things can happen. And now you're not beholden to telling those stories from the past. Now you can make new ones, you can find new ones, and it's going to be, not tremendously easier, but that much easier just to make
Yeah.
another hour.
And it feels like I do feel like those jokes that I have been telling, I feel like was a past version of me. I feel
Mm.
like I have grown and I'm a different person now and the jokes if I were to just continue telling these jokes, it's like that's not really me anymore. That was me in my 20s. And now I get to write what's truthful to me now.
Yeah.
So
And
I guess it's exciting.
exactly. Oh my gosh. What's it like touring for you? Have you gone on many weekend long trips?
Yeah, I opened for the comedian Christina P, who is a huge, huge, huge role model of mine. And we're on the road pretty much every other week. And I've been touring with her. I did two shows with her in 2019 and then just a few in 2020 before the pandemic happened.
Mhm.
We took like a year and a half off. And then I went back like some of 2021. We did 2022 and now we're starting again. So I've been um, seeing what it's like to be a headliner and see what that life is, and getting like mentored by her, and then also just having full on boot camp, because
Mm,
I think from before I was on tour to after I was on tour is night and day. Just
yeah.
the experience of being on the road and like having to make people laugh in a different city every time. And like, there's so much learning that comes from that. And yeah, it really feels like boot camp being on the road.
And I think, you know, it must feel amazing to have a woman as a mentor, as a role model, and someone has Christina been doing it a long time? Because like it would stink to be, doing this in the 90s, and there's like 1,000 white male comics and 20 women comics who have to fight for their own, and they don't have
Yeah.
time. But now Christine is able to help usher you into the business and bring you to the forefront as she has the chance for herself.
Oh, yeah. She started like, I don't know if it was the 90s, but it definitely early 2000s. And her experience of being a woman in comedy is very different than mine, because
Hmm.
she was having to like break barriers still. And yeah, it's she has like 20 years in comedy, so she's just, I mean, more than 20, but yeah, she's just a pro. And it's been so cool having her like take my hand through it and mentor me and give me advice. And she's really been a game changer
Hmm.
in my life.
And then soon enough, you can do that for someone else in your position. In 10 years, you can be like, hey, young lady, I'm going to take you on the road.
Mm-hmm. I know. I would love to be able to help someone the way she's helped me.
Yeah.
It would be really lovely to give back.
Now, before we end here, I do want to mention this is the dumbest thing I'm probably going to say on an interview, but I was watching your TikToks and it was the musicals in real life, and I did. It was the very first take. I just clicked on one. Random episode, and it was
What
uh
was it?
how do you know that he loves me, from
Mm-hmm.
Enchanted,
Mm-hmm.
and or how do I know that you love her, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know that you weren't singing. And I was like, whoa, she sounds like Amy Adams.
Oh,
She's
thank
really good
you.
at singing. And then I watched
Thank
3 more seconds.
you.
So good job on those videos.
I wasn't singing. It wasn't me. Thank you. That's so funny. I I'm glad you watched that one first. I have some really embarrassing ones that I've been encouraged to keep up, but I really think that it's going to hinder my dating life. I think it's gonna be an issue for me to find a husband if these videos are what they see of me. So that one, at least I'm in a dress,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, I mean, I think a single guy, will see that. They'll see you're a comedian. A, they'll be like, "Whoa, comedian!" And then second, every guy you date is going to be Sly Stallone, apparently. And then second, they're going to see these videos and think, "Oh, you know what? She's good at putting herself out there. That's the fun part," and they'll love it.
But that's a turn on. I think guys think stand-ups is that's bad.
Really? Well, for me, I don't think so. I think
Okay.
someone who is like you're making money, you're doing your job, and I think it's fine. When I see if I'm on Hinge
Okay,
and I
it's
see a young
fine.
lady with a picture on a on a stage, and I'm like, whoa, she does
Oh,
stand up, you know?
you best believe there is no picture of me on Hinge with a stand-up microphone, and it does not say that I do stand-up. It says I'm a writer. And then on Bumble, it says I'm a motorcycle mechanic. I really don't put that I'm a stand-up. I'm not a motorcycle mechanic.
Hey,
But I mean, guys are excited that I'm a motorcycle mechanic.
it's like one guy's like, you gotta, I got a Ducati, you need to fix over here. You just
Yeah, they're like, can't wait to talk combustion engines. So, they're thrilled.
Oh my gosh. Well, Chase, I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but this has been fantastic. You are a wonderful talent, and I'm so glad I had a chance to talk to you and everything.
I really appreciate this. This was such a lovely interview. Thank you so much. Honestly, your questions were great, especially what Kardashian is my favorite. I I truly never been asked that, so I'm so excited I got to share it.
I'm gonna start implementing that question to everybody. I should have.
Yeah.
I talked to Adam Devine a couple of months ago. I should have asked him.
I saw. That's so cool. Yeah, you should have asked him. I would
I
have
never
loved to
got
know.
a chance.